Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time I'm going to be feeding a fellow that I put together from cells from various locations. The final touch coming from a crazy cells event that they were holding last week. And this, of course, is Canine. And unfortunately it has some lock ruin slots. But from what I hear, we're probably going to be opening them up. Sounds like a good investment. Anyway, he's a legendary, he's light. I hear he's really good. I don't know anything about him, but let's find out. Alright, so we're going to put him over there for now, and we'll find a final home for him later. Maybe we could bring the gang members together. Alright, that was kind of interesting. Can't wait to see what that one does. Alright, so there he is. This is, of course, I'm guessing I'm going to call him Al. I'm guessing I'm going to call him Al in the end. I'm open to suggestions, but I guess I'm going to call him Al in the end. Alright, so this is Al Canine. He is a legendary. He is light, which is a little strange. He also apparently begs. Okay, we're going to have to grow him out of that. Alright, he is hardened. Wow, 35% hardened. Wow, that's really powerful. Okay, so he doesn't have regular hardening. He's got something very special. He's got a 35% chance of bad effects not sticking to him. That's kind of good. His power and his speed are pretty good. He's a little bit speedier, He's got good life, so he's going to be a little on the chunky side, which is always a good thing when people are trying to do bad things to you. More life is always a good thing. After all, Al's got the, he's made it, so he's got the easy life going there. Alright, let's check out some skills. Okay, Dawn Dog deals low physical damage to one enemy. That's actually, like, moderate there, too. And, Kaldai Tully Cappy deals moderate light damage to one enemy, which is just slightly more than the previous one. And thank goodness it's an original one, so I'll never have to say that again. And of course, Almato, the big special skill, deals massive light damage to all enemies, applies stun to all targets. Okay, that's a lot of damage, and stunning is always a good thing. For our enemies, of course. Al Canine is the boss in the Canine clan, and a master of contraband. Chests, gold, cells, you name it. There's nothing he can't sell in the black market. Money isn't a game for Al. He's shameless in doing whatever he needs to eliminate any rival gangs that lower the prices he's set. He's in control. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Alright, so Al is, he's a little fella here, so we need to start feeding him. Let's get him to level 4. So he can, there he goes, that's it. It didn't take very long, right? He just took control immediately. Just look at him. Yeah, he's calling for help there, too. Not calling for help, just calling for the boys to take care of it. So he doesn't have to get his hands dirty, you know? Doesn't have to get his hands dirty. Alright, so, I've heard a lot about these skills. So let's start going. The first one is going to be level 7. Forgive, forget. Deals moderate light damage to one enemy. 50% chance of applying sunburn to one enemy. That's always a good thing. Sunburn's good. Sunburn is good. It's one of those unusual dots that stacks with the regular ones. And I don't think there's any immunity for that one there, too, so that's always a good thing. You cannot escape Al. Alright, let's continue to level 10. Why afraid now? Deals moderate light damage to one enemy. 50% chance of stunning. Well, his special skill did some stunning, so I guess he's going to be stunning himself. I mean, look at him. He's stunning. Check him out. I mean, look at that suit, man. They'd just be stunned by that. And he's got the power red tie going there, showing he's the boss. Alright, let's get to level 15. Another skill. An offer you can't refuse. Deals moderate light damage to one enemy. Activates all cooldowns on one enemy. Oh, those are very nasty. Why don't we just throw that there and get rid of that one? Eesh. I don't want to say that name again. It hurt me. Alright, so let's go to level 20. We're rapidly approaching maturity here for him. Friendship is everything. Removes all negative status effects from one ally. Applies guard down hater to one ally. Guard down hater. So in other words, if somebody has guard down on them, the individual he casts this on will do more damage. Is that something he's going to be able to do? I don't know about... I'm going to put that in the first spot because I think there's virtually no chance of me keeping that one. If it was a group one, I would consider it. It's just that I don't think I'm going to keep that one, so I'm going to put that in the first spot. Because I really don't think there's any chance of me keeping that. Alright, let's continue to level 25. And Al's final form. Sausages are best served cold. It is very cold in dark alleys. Deals moderate light damage to one enemy. Applies stun and sunburn to one enemy. That is pretty darn good. Yeah, I mean, that one has got the sunburn. This one here has got sunburn and stun, which is always a good thing. Especially when served together and cold. Okay, there he is. He's in charge. He's the boss. You don't even need to see the tie anymore. Because you just look at him and see his, and it's a magnificent hat there. What kind of watch is that, dude? What kind of watch? Is that a Rolex? It's probably a Rolex. Alright, let's go. Custom made for him, of course. Level 30. I want you closer. Ooh. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies. Applies guard down to all enemies. Okay, so that first one now makes sense. That first one now makes sense. Still, I would like that for the whole group. I'm going to put that there because I have an assumption about the first spot. And I probably am going to be keeping that one. Probably going to be keeping that one. We'll see. We'll see. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Alright, let us continue to level 35. Vendetta. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies. Applies stun and sunburn to... Okay, yeah, I figured something like that was coming. Well, that's a 2-round cooldown. That is not bad at all. I'm just going to put that right up there. That's pretty darn good right there. Stun and sunburn on all of them. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so for most classes, we're done. His set of skills right now are like... That would be it. You wouldn't need anything else. Yet we're level 35. I'm guessing we got at least maybe 2 more coming? Maybe some nice upgrades. Alright, let's see. Level 40. Unpaid Loan. Deals very heavy special damage to one enemy. Activates all cooldowns on all enemies? Applies guard down to all enemies? Okay. All of a sudden, I think I'm getting rid of this one. Or is it this one? Okay, let's look at this. Look at this. This is a 1-round cooldown. This one is a 2-round cooldown. I think I'm going to substitute in that one for now. I mean, it's a much heavier hit. It does the same thing in terms of activating cooldowns, but it does it for everybody. I mean, it does it for everybody, and then also gives them guard down. So this one here really isn't, except of course for damaging everybody. Well, let's put it this way. I absolutely do not need this one anymore. This one here is a 2-round cooldown. So at the moment, I'm not losing that one. This one, I don't need this one anymore. I don't need this one anymore, so yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's a really powerful one right there. Does he actually have anything else? Alright, let's go to level 45. Friendship is everything. Okay, right. You know, I would probably do that one if it was a group version. I mean, this one is good because you get to... if something is resisted, you get to take another shot. I'm not willing to part with that one yet. If it did that, if it was a group version of that one, I'd take it. I still might. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, so let's go to level 50. I have a job for you. Is that just what I asked for? Removes all negative status effects from allies. Applies guard down and hater. Okay, applies guard down hater to all allies. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I just asked for, wasn't it? I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Okay, let's look at this. Look at it. We got a 2-round cooldown. This one's kind of ugly right here. That one's kind of ugly. This one is a 1-round cooldown. But, you know, I don't need this one anymore. I never thought I'd be getting rid of a moderate special attack. Or is it this one I should get rid of? All right, let's think about this. I'm going to lead with this one. But then I'm coming back with this one. Which means this one is only an extra round away. So honestly, I don't need this one anymore. This one could be useful. I'm putting this one in here. Yeah, I'm putting that one in there. I'm putting that one in there. All right. Wow. Okay, so let's... I would be shocked beyond comprehension if he had anything else. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's a good skill. It's just his other ones are much better. Okay. Friendship is everything. Yeah, that's the single target version. All right. And that's it. Level 60. Okay, let's take a look at some stats here. All right. So obviously he turned out to be faster than he is powerful. And you could see the reason why. Because he can apply some really bad things to the other side. His life did turn out to be kind of good. It's above normal, which is good. So he can stay in the fight there a little bit longer and do bad things to the bad guys. You know, other bad guys, I should say. So, yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to be spending to unlock some slots here because this guy's amazing. He absolutely is. He's amazing. What I heard was absolutely right. This guy, wow. He just became my most powerful light creature, I believe. I can't think of anybody who would actually be stronger in terms of offense and support. Yeah. So anyway, let's take a look at these skills. All right, these are the skills that I chose, and with very little variation, these are the ones you had to pick. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Let's take a quick... I don't think there's anything that I missed. We have the group version of that. We have the group version of that. We have the group version of that. We don't need that. We don't need that. So we got everything. We got everything. Yeah, I mean, looking at that, I don't really think you could choose anything else. I don't. All right, so let's go through these guys. All right, this is Vendetta. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies. Applies stun and sunburn to all enemies. Now, that's very high-end moderate. So that's going to do pretty good damage. But it's also going to stun. And it's also going to apply sunburn. Sunburn is a dot. It's a pretty good dot, too. I don't believe there's any immunities for it. It can be resisted, but I don't believe there's any immunities for it. So that's a really good skill. A little high on the stamina, but I mean, you're going to lead with that one. That's what you're going to lead with. Unless there's better denial in the team, in which case you might actually go to Unpaid Loan. Deals very heavy special damage to one enemy, activates all cooldowns on all enemies, applies Guard Down to all enemies. Okay, so you're going to hit one guy really hard. Then you're going to activate the cooldowns of all the enemies. For some monsters, this is disastrous because all of their good skills have like 2, 3, 4 round cooldowns. So in that case, they're going to be charging because they can't do anything unless their special comes up. It also is going to put Guard Down on them, which means if something tries to attack them, I believe this is the way this is, that you can't miss. Anybody who attempts to hit you can't miss, which is a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. That's going to last for 2 turns. That works very well with the next skill. I have a job for you. Removes all negative status effects from allies. Applies Guard Down Hater to all allies. So what this means is that when you do this, your entire team will do extra damage. I've heard it's like 3 times damage. I've heard it's like 3 times damage to anybody who has on the other side that has Guard Down on it, which means he does Unpaid Loan, does this, and then you figure maybe for one more round, the rest of the team is going to do massive damage, especially if you have somebody who's got a powerful group attack. That's going to be devastating. He's got things that you just, what order do I do this in? You know, that kind of thing. What order do I do this in? Because they're all great. And then we have I Want You Closer. All right, now the only reason I kept this one, as opposed to the other ones, is because it is another group attack. And it's got a low cooldown. So he does have this one, which is a high cooldown, which is 4. But that's about it. We got a 2. We got this one here, which is a 2, which is really only useful for clearing negative status effects if your guys are in trouble, because he himself will 35% of the time resist effects. The rest of the team may not be so lucky with that, so he can just get rid of that. It also puts guard down hater on there. And actually, you could do this first, because this one lasts for 3 turns. So he could do this one and then come back with unpaid, and then they can maybe have 2 rounds of damage on them. I didn't notice that. 3 rounds. That's very powerful. And then this one here. As I said, the only reason I kept this one is because it's a moderate special group attack, and it puts guard down on. I mean, we already have this one here, but this one does damage too. So it's a group attack, low cooldown, does damage. Why not? I didn't see anything else I would want rather than that. I mean, we have a team version of that. This one here, I mean, it's a single target version of the first one. There's justification for doing it in case it gets resisted. You can do that. And that's just a moderate special damage hit. I mean, in my choice, I think that I Want You Closer is the way to go. I think that's the way to go. So we got 2-round cooldown, 4-round cooldown, 2-round cooldown, 2-round cooldown. So unless, of course, he gets his cooldowns reset, he's always going to have something to do. And yeah, something to do can be very good for us. Very good for us. So let's think about this. Moderate, very high. All right, so let's think about this. Now, I am going to have 3 open rune slots for this guy. But you know, the thing about it is, you got to do speed. I mean, look at his stats. Speed is very important for this guy. So I think that I would probably try to go primary denial with this guy. I think I would. I would put big speed on him. Because, I mean, the damage, yeah, that's, you know, damage is a really good thing. But the thing about it is, you look at this. This one, let's look at the first one. Stun and sunburn, right? Stun and sunburn. So you're not only stunning, you're also putting a dot on them, which is going to be very good. This one, it's going to activate the cooldowns, guard down on them, come back here, make your own guys, make them be able to do more damage to them, and then come back with another one, maybe guard down again. This guy is more, you want him acting more than you want him doing damage. You know, you want him going as quickly as possible. I mean, he's got one really big hit here, which is kind of nice. But, I mean, you really want him acting as much as possible. So I would more or less try to treat this guy as primary denial, which is something that I don't really have in light, which is really good to have. The only other individual that I had was Demise, and she basically would just let somebody else go first if they had something good, you know? But in this case, I think that in terms from what I've seen, this is the only light creature that I have that is primary denial, and that's actually how I'm going to treat him. I'm going to treat him as primary denial. I'm going to put 3 single target speeds on him, and I'm going to try to get some good ones too. Might use him for other situations as well. This guy is good. I like this guy. Very, very strong. I was not lied to. His skills are quite awesome indeed. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.